Francisco, you want to take it away, brother?
Yeah, well, everyone, welcome to the Safe Stasis pod. I think this is episode 10, maybe episode 15. We're not entirely sure, but today we're joined by Gavrilo, and Gavrilo has some interesting insights for us from a big college, from a college that's found some success in the month of March, so we're excited to hear about that. But Gavrilo also has pink eye, so I hope our listeners are with him in their thoughts and prayers and hoping he gets well. And also, government, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but government came down with COVID, so
Yeah, dude,
he's on his deathbed.
Yeah. And what's crazy, too, is I'm triple vax, dude. I'm triple vax, and I'm, like, kind of getting fucked on by the China flu right now.
You just have a weakened immune system.
Yeah, it's actually embarrassing.
I heard you could just go get some ivermectin for that.
Yeah, dude. You have to put in your asshole or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would say...
exactly.
No, so Gavrilo, just start off. I know we were talking about it briefly before, but can you just let our listeners know what pink eye entails, and then government? I kind of want you to explain some of your COVID symptoms after as well.
Go ahead, Gavrilo.
Yeah, so you wake up and you can't really open your eyes because they're crusted shut. You're not really sure what the crust comes from. You didn't know you could make mucus out of your eyes. That sucks. It's all over your pillow. And, you look like it looks like you're really sad in one eye. Like you just look super sad no matter where you go, what happens. It doesn't matter the lighting. So I've been walking around with sunglasses on so people don't have to see my shame. And, it doesn't hurt.
What kind of sunglasses?
Just some Ray-Ban knockoffs.
Nice.
They're kind of fresh, though. They play. They're all black, like funeral type shit.
How much did these cost? Just curious.
I think it's $50 around there.
Ray-Ban knockoffs are key because you can get two of them. No one's going to look for the freaking the logo, and you could therefore buy two for the price of one real Ray-Ban. So maybe three.
Dude, I 100% look.
No, I look. I think it matters.
Yeah,
I lost my last pair. I lost it over the weekend. Probably a good segue because I had a wild weekend. There is good and evil, and North Carolina is good, and they prevailed over evil. Should we just jump into it?
Yeah, so just so our listeners know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gavrilo, but we're really happy to have him on today because me and government both went to small liberal arts schools, and Gavrilo also went to one. And then the Lord touched down on his path and brought him to a bigger school. And the bigger school that he chose was North Carolina, and we're going to get into what that entails. But this month had to be a good month for your decision-making process. I bet you feel pretty good about what went down this year.
Yeah. It was awesome. Listen, I entered the chat late in the whole North Carolina Duke rivalry, and I wasn't really sure what that entailed. I knew it was something that everyone talked about, something that everyone seems to really care about, and I didn't really realize it until I had my full indoctrination experience this past weekend. Were you guys watching the game?
Yeah.
I can't say I was, but I watched the highlights.
You watched the highlights. So you saw those 18 lead changes.
Yeah.
So just a great game. Some are calling it the greatest game ever. I think it was the ultimate triumph of good versus evil. Evil, Coach K, the Rat, and, sometimes good prevails, and this was a moment when it happened.
I would say that it's on par with the United States versus the Axis powers.
I would say, yeah.
Is Coach K really that bad? I know we've talked about this before on the pod, but I want you to go in, and I know a lot of it is part of my take based, but can you just explain to our listeners why Coach K is really so bad?
I think for North Carolina fans, it's the amount of respect and acknowledgement he gets from the media that is just thrown in our face. We all get the same newspaper. We're basically a suburb of Durham, right? So it's all about Coach K, and he always wallows in his glory. He's always stepping up to the plate to make it all about him. And just the fact that that's shoved in our face all the time is the reason why the hatred is so strong. And just the fact that they're just two great programs.
Do you think there's anything to do with the fact that maybe North Carolina fans feel like Roy Williams didn't get his fair due? I know that their rivalry isn't necessarily apples to oranges because they had different tenures, but I feel like you guys probably assume that Roy Williams is up there with Coach K.
Well, Roy is just a better person in every sense of the word.
It's fair.
So we always have that, and we always hang our hats on that. But, during his time at UNC and Coach K's same period, he was a better coach, more national championships. So we don't really think it's like a conversation, but we understand that, like, without Coach K, there is no Duke. There is no rivalry, and you have to appreciate your enemies in that respect. You know what I mean?
Right.
Definitely.
Well, also, just to add, you're shitting on someone that served for the United States Army.
Yeah. No, I think he steals a little valor, but I think he just was like, I think he was just, I think he was a draft dodger.
Yeah,
and
allegedly.
No, I actually have no idea what his story is.
No, so he went to the Army. He went to play
West
basketball
Point.
at was it the Army or Naval Academy?
West
We're
Point.
gonna do quick.
Yeah,
where's our Jamie?
Yeah, should I text him? He may be.
Yeah, get Jamie on that little pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
couldn't make class today,
Here, do
unfortunately.
a quick Wikipedia check this out.
Yeah, I have it up. He went to Army. He went to West Point, and he was 5'10" and was a point guard. And he was the 1 and the 2.
He played under Bob Knight too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then he served, which is, I mean, depending on your perspective, that's pretty cool. If you're a Syrian citizen, probably not that cool. But
Okay, I have a question that just comes off the top of my head, and Gavrilo, I'm curious if you could answer it for me. But which coach do you think drinks and drives more, Coach K or Roy Williams?
You know what? I don't think. I would probably say Coach K, just because after seeing how his grandson behaves, it must rub off somehow onto him, and I think. I don't think Roy Williams has ever committed a crime in his life, and you might be like, "Oh, pussy," and he might be a pussy, but you know what? He's a molder of men.
How about Herbert Davis or whatever? That is incredible. Or Hubert. First year, like Roy Williams' disciple, just take your team to the national title, and honestly, could have they
should have won.
Yeah. Government saying
so the thing is, a lot of people were coming out of the weekend saying like, well, we won our Super Bowl. That just putting Coach K in his grave in his last game in the Final Four, their first meeting in the tournament. I mean, it was just such a beautiful moment, and it was such a great game. And have Caleb Love hit that shot at the end to just kind of cement it, and then hit the free throws. I mean, a lot of people were just like, "All right, we've had our Christmas. Anything else is extra. It's just excess." And I kind of hate that mentality because you got to finish the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
But
yeah, won the battle, didn't win the war.
Yeah. Listen,
but they won the real war. Like straight up, like North Carolina and Duke are gonna win national championships along the way over the next 10, 15, 20 years. Like that's just
no. I think we'll be back, and that was the best part about it is with Hubert Davis like stepping up for his first season. No one was really sure if he deserved the job, and boy did he prove that he deserved it.
Yeah, 100%. And he was, he's related to Walter Davis, 6-time NBA All-Star.
Yeah, no, and he went. He went to the national he went to the Final Four with Carolina as a player.
Yeah,
and I always say this, like, if you have a character off between Roy Williams and Hubert Davis, I don't know who's winning. They're just stand-up guys. They always say the right thing.
Yeah, no, Herbert Davis it's Hubert or Herbert.
Hubert. Coach Davis, we'll call him. It's Coach Davis. Let's give him his respect.
You're right. The thing I love about Coach Davis is after that win against UCLA, obviously Caleb Love played phenomenally. Some of his other players played phenomenal. His first thing he said in the post-game press conferences was, "This is a player's game. Like, players make the plays to win games. The coaches win spots, but, like, at the end of the day, it comes down to what these players do." And to say that as a first-year head coach, it shows his humility in the role and also shows that he understands it. Like, as a player, like, you hate when your coaches take credit. It's bullshit. Like, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly. So that's why a fucking
credit.
retirement tour, a suck-off tour, it pisses us off as Carolina fans.
That's fair.
It should, because Roy Williams didn't do that. Roy Williams just like rode out into the sunset, and now probably plays golf 3 to 5 times.
And he's the only one who knew it too. And there's this clip that like resurfaced of him playing his last game in the Dean Dome that no one else knew was his last game in the Dean Dome. And all of his players they won, and all of his players are walking off and like jumping around and stuff. And then you just see him bend down and kiss the court and walk off in silence. Just have his own moment. And it's just such when I said the character off, like, what a man, what a guy.
Yeah, I just got goosebumps. That's actually incredible. And like you can see that, like, just that coaching lineage now that it's in its third stage now, but it started with Dean Smith. Now it went to Roy Williams. Now it's back to Coach Davis. But no, it's incredible. Those are just stand-up guys, and just in terms of the PC woke culture, it's great to see that now they've got an African-American coach as well, because I think that most college coaches should be African-American coaches. I firmly believe that. If the demographic of the sport is that far catered towards that demographic, then maybe the people that are in charge of leading these men should be of that demographic. So I think North Carolina is showing it's being progressive, and it's just a great lineage of coaches, which I have found.
Yeah, although I do think calling it like a progressive move kind of takes away from
fair.
Coach Davis's accomplishments. Like, he deserves it, like, undoubtedly. It's not just like a stride towards like the PC culture. It is well deserved, and it's also kind of it. You mentioned like the lineage of coaching, and it even goes back further. Where Dean Smith, he was coaching under Naismith.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, and they're all Kansas boys, right? So that's why it was a weird national championship, because we kind of have this connection to Kansas that goes like far back to the genesis of basketball.
Same with Roy Williams. Roy Williams was the head coach of Kansas
exactly
before Bill Self.
So it was really like the ultimate Roy Williams retirement tour.
Yeah, what if this was always Roy Williams' retirement tour and never Coach Hayes?
I think so. I think you can make that argument.
Holy shit, that's like trippy. That's like Interstellar type stuff.
Yeah, but talking about the actual game. Listen, at first I don't know. Did you watch it?
I watched it. Government, did you watch it?
Yeah, 100% I did.
Oh, yeah, I watched the entire game. It was
I'm American, a great game, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, at first you were like, "Oh shit, Kansas is gonna start rolling," and then we fucking start sticking it to them, and they stop making shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
the tide kind of turned, but towards the end, like, listen, RJ Davis, 0 for 5 on 3-point. Caleb Love 1 for 8 on 3 points. And like towards the end, when you're just chucking up shots, trying to be like him, you know what I mean? I hate that thing that people are saying now. Like, I'm him.
Yeah, I'm him.
Everyone tried to be him, and no one was being him. And like, we just stopped hitting shots that we were making all season. You know what I mean?
The thing is, you got to trust the guys that got
not all season, all tournament.
Like, I'm okay with Caleb Love taking those shots, and I'm uniquely positioned to say this because sometimes I've been in the position in basketball where you have to take bad shots just because you're one of the older guys, one of the better guys, and you got to trust who got you there. Like, straight up, like, the thing is with a team like North Carolina, they're so deep where it's not as black and white as that. But I'm cool with some of the shots Caleb Love took.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, he's 5 for 24 from the field.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. And
RJ Davis 5 for 17 from the floor. Brady Manek was 4 for 8. We really want him shooting more, and then Armando, like, huge game, right? 15 rebounds, but he was 3 for 13.
They're playing in a football stadium. Like, I know they played there the game before.
Yeah, so weird.
Sometimes, like, shots just aren't going to go in if you're playing where that's where Drew Brees had to make his reads, not where like people had to make shots.
I think that's legit. I mean, do you see how the bleachers just kind of rise back into the darkness?
It looks crazy.
It looks so much big. It looks like twice as big.
Basketball is not meant for football stadiums. I'll tell you that much.
No, I'm not kidding you. So this is just like a personal anecdote. But we played a few games a year in this dome in Louisiana. Not in New Orleans, not the Superdome, but it was called the Golden Dome. It was where the centenary gentlemen played. And my career shooting percentage over 6 games in that gym was 9%.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So depressing. It's like,
no, I mean, that's It's like you need a Hoosiers moment where the coach goes out and he measures the height of the hoop. You know?
No, that probably would have helped, honestly.
So, any other opinions about the game?
I don't know. Basketball's a good sport. Government, you got anything?
Great sport.
I just think if you're winning that rebound battle by so much, you can't lose the game.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Getting away from the game a little bit, though, Gavrilo, I'm curious what the party situation was like after Coach K's win. You can go into as much or as little as you want, but I'm honestly curious.
Yeah, the whole run has been just kind of like a shocking moment. These boys really surprised us all. I mean, no one seriously thought they were going to make it as far as they did. And I know some people who even wanted us to just take a dive in that UCLA or in that St. Peter's game and just not have to face Coach K and have him ultimately embarrass us.
No way.
I mean, I know people who legitimately had that thought. They're like, we don't want to face them. They're just and that just makes it so much sweeter, right? For when you do overcome it all. The partying. Listen, it's hard to put into words. But when you see people literally just bawling, breaking down, and just random students, just people burning shit, fireworks, people climbing to the top of the light posts. This is all of me seeing this from the first time ever. You know, I don't know what the Carolina basketball, Carolina basketball, I don't really know what it means to people, you know? And that was the first time where I was really just indoctrinated in it all. I mean, families driving up onto the road and just getting out of their car, leaving it in the middle of the road, and just running to the middle of Franklin Street. You know what I mean? Just alumni with their kids, young kids, just running into this absolute chaos. And just kind of taking all that in at once is a little too much to really. It's almost too much to put into words.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, and then for me, I don't know if this makes me just a bad person, but I just feel I could never relate to that. In terms of affinity and affiliation with something. Sure, when I played club and year round, really competitive sports, I feel I had connection to that, but when it comes to just being a supporter, I really just am so far from relating to that. I mean, obviously, I wasn't indoctrinated into UNC basketball as a freshman in college because I didn't go there, but even so, I don't think that would be me. I honestly would feel embarrassed in some ways.
I completely understand that, and I kind of came from a similar perspective where I never had a team that I would just give it all for a championship, you know.
Right.
A team that I'd consider cutting off my pinky just for them to win the championship. I've never had that affinity towards a team, but I have a roommate who's, you know, I don't know if he's a triple legacy student here, but just generations of his family have gone here, and just growing up, just everyone talking about Carolina basketball at the dinner table, and just living a life like that, I think is what makes it so strong. And listen, a lot of people who go to Carolina end up living in Carolina and are from Carolina, and they never leave the state. It's 80% in state, you know.
Right. That's a big Southern thing too, in general. With Roll Tide too, most of those kids growing up from Alabama, that's everything to them. And I think in a sense it's because there's nothing in the South, and the South is a really sad place in some ways. But people in the Northeast don't feel that way. Maybe for the Yankees, but I don't know.
And Notre Dame, they feel it for the Yankees and Notre Dame, but no other team. I think there's probably more Notre Dame fans in the Northeast than there are Rangers fans.
I don't know. I don't know if I can speak on that, but I think it's pretty cool though to care. I love when people just care a lot about certain things. I don't care how stupid it is, but just passion is awesome. I'm always pro passion.
Because the world rewards passion, straight up.
If you don't care about anything, I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. No, for sure.
It might seem kind of silly in the grand scheme of things, but I don't know. I mean, these people are fucking happy people.
unless their team loses.
What do you say?
Unless they lose.
No, of course, yeah. But just, I mean, I don't know. It's definitely a lifestyle that I'll never really truly understand to the degree of others. But
maybe if you
I'm
raise a family
so
in
in
North
support of
Carolina.
it.
If you were to raise a family in North Carolina, I'm sure you would. But
No.
Gavrilo, I'm curious if this is just something I'm curious about. This is your first year there, right? I should know this, but
Yeah.
so did you feel any like imposter syndrome at all about being like such a big fan your first year? Or, like, did you get any slack from like your peers, or what was that like of your first year there becoming a diehard Carolina fan?
Yeah. So I don't think I was a diehard Carolina fan when I just showed up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't even know if I still am right now. I think one of those. I think a run like we had right now is what will, in the following seasons, I'll always be thinking back to this moment and just these absolutely shocking games with triumph. And I think it's just something it's building. And I do think having a run like that we just had is going to build into it ever so much,
Yeah, and people wonder why people spend so much money on Coach K tickets at that last UNC North Carolina game. But I think it's because of the instant classics they've had, or because of other just great events that they've taken fulfillment from, no matter what the price tag was, that people would go back and spend their money to go see something like amateur athletics, which is something that's so cool about the United States. Like, these are straight up amateur athletic events.
Oh, yeah. And I think, like, another thought that I had is, and this might be kind of obvious, but with each game, with each win in this tournament, I wanted the next victory that much more. And I don't think that ends. I think you just keep like building on that, and everything just starts meaning a little bit more to you. Like, we got our football spring game. I'm going to go to the spring game now.
Really?
Because I'm still riding high off Carolina basketball.
Right. That's collectivism. I feel like that's what communism couldn't sort out, is what UNC did.
What do you say?
That's really what like the Soviet Union needed when they were trying to, I don't know, come to power in the years of like Bolshevism and all that shit. When Stalin was kind of taking off, they really needed that collectivism, and they tried to force it, whereas UNC basketball has it, so I guess it's more of like an innate thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess I can see where you're coming from.
What do you think communist regimes could do in that aspect to increase collectivism? Like, do you think they should start making amateur sports like cool again, or maybe like public stonings or public executions?
What can you get the people behind? How can we make common goals?
Maybe a mix of both, like a March Madness tournament, but the losing team for each game, probably a shortened one, but the losing team for each game gets stoned by the winning team.
So kind of like Squid Game.
I think you should get the fans involved.
Yeah.
Like, I think the fans get to stone. The fans of the winning team get to stone the losing team.
No, maybe it's like betting. So like you wager that I'll stone you if we win, and you stone me if they win. So like it's just an exhilarating betting experience.
I wonder how communism feels about gambling. I don't know.
They hate it. They hate risk. Communism has to inherently hate risk, because the more risky someone is, the more likely they are to say fuck communism. Right.
Yeah.
Also, just in terms of communist influences, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but government, did you see my tweet yesterday about American Spirits?
Oh, yeah, I saw American Spirits is going woke.
What the hell is that? Do you think that is woke? Like, do you think that's what they're trying to do?
Oh, what do they do?
They go ahead, Francisco. Why don't you explain it?
Oh, okay. Not as bad as I thought. It's for Earth Day. It's not for Pride. But I thought American Spirits made like a Pride packaging, because they have a rainbow on their light blue one. Like, I need my light blue Spirits, like Carolina Blue. Sorry, not light blue. I need my Carolina Blue Spirits, but they put a fucking rainbow all over them.
Also, how's that Earth Day? How's a rainbow Earth Day? Why don't you put some trees on there?
That's a good point. And I can't imagine. Or actually, tobacco is Earth, so I kind of love that. I feel like the tobacco industry should get in on Earth Day. Gavrilo, it's on Francisco's Twitter.
Okay.
I actually don't think that tobacco's caused any harm to American society, so I don't know why people shit on it so much.
No, zero. Like,
That's what
tobacco
Big Pharma
itself
should
didn't
get.
cause any harm. Overuse of tobacco caused harm, and that's not tobacco's fault.
It was like our greatest export for like a long time.
100%.
Yeah.
Built America. In fact, the only reason why we didn't consider the American colonies as an absolute failure is because they were like, oh shit, we can grow tobacco in Virginia. Let's keep this thing going.
100%. We were founded on tobacco.
I think tobacco and cotton kind of are the pillars of American society.
Yeah, that it's kind of heavy
Oh,
stuff.
Yanks are playing the Sox right now.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, I gotta turn that on. What am I doing?
Is it still spring?
Dude, Gavrilo, you hear about what the Yankees fucking did?
Which one? Which
They
thing?
didn't re-sign Judge.
Oh yeah,
How unbelievable is that?
yeah. Well, Cole's pitching today, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why, because they know they're on the hook for Cole for a long time.
Yeah, Yanks fans.
Dude, the Yankees. Yeah, I don't think the Yankees will win in the next 10 years after today. I'm really sad about it, but I don't think if Steinbrenner's still running the team, they can win. I don't think there's a chance.
Shit.
It's like you got to re-sign your franchise.
Got to resign. Yeah. They've turned down $230 million.
The GM says Newark Yankees offered Aaron Judge $230 million contract.
Have you guys ever seen that DUI his girlfriend got?
Aaron Judge's? No.
So funny, bro. She gets pulled over and she's like talking to the cops. She's like, "Do you know who I am?" Or she's like, "Maybe you don't know who I am, but you know who my boyfriend is."
No, it's like a Great Gatsby where she just hands him like a little card from the governor.
Yeah, she's like, actually, like, my boyfriend's like really, really famous, so it's probably not the best idea to pull me over right now. And the cops like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You just blew a .24. So.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, well, you know
Christ.
what? That's what body cams are gonna do.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think in most scenarios that plays, but if you're wearing a body cam, you can't get away with that. The cops wearing a body cam, you can't get away with saying that.
Dude, also if you were a cop and not a Yankees fan, I would be so pissed off at that lady. I'm like, I'm doing my job.
Who's a New York City cop that doesn't like the Yankees?
Yeah, that's fair.
Mark Wahlberg and the other guys.
Yeah. Yeah, he shot Jeter.
Scott. Oh shit. Francisco.
Yeah.
The Mark Wahlberg hate crimes.
Hell yeah! What about him?
I was reading through those.
Yeah, they're
wild.
insane, dude.
I'm like, why have we heard about Mark Wahlberg in a while? Oh, he's staying quiet for a reason.
People tried to cancel him like kind of recently, and like he just didn't say anything about it.
No, he just did the ignore. He did the Big Ben.
Yeah.
If you just ignore, you kind of get away.
Well, I mean, same thing with Deshaun Watson in a way. Like a year ago, like no one thought the guy would be playing the NFL again.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna win a Super Bowl. Oh, we got to ask you this question, Gavrilo. If Deshaun Watson wins a championship, is he the next Kobe or is he the next Big Ben?
Oh. Well, I think his scenario is more similar to Big Ben than Kobe. I think we kind of like I think we've kind of all agreed that the Kobe thing wasn't legit.
Yeah,
am I right about that or no?
And if it was,
I don't know what happened with either situation, to be honest. So this is me just talking.
Well, Big Ben, I think they had there was like a settlement, and I think the Kobe thing, and I'm not positive, but I think the girl was a
drug addict.
I think the girl's like, yeah, I was just fucking with you guys.
There's not going to be a Deshaun settlement, right? Like he won, right? He's innocent.
Well, I don't think it's the end of it. I think there's something that just came out about. These chicks are doubling down.
Yeah, there are 22 of them. Obviously, he's guilty. So I'd say he's more like because Kobe were on the he didn't do it train.
Well, I just don't think like what he did was like. I don't think it was that bad.
No, I think he just banged out.
I think he accidentally put it in her butt, and then she like complained about it.
Yeah, but after the fact or something. Did you guys see Aziz Ansari's one? That was the craziest one ever. You guys familiar with him?
No.
But you know who he is, though?
Say it again.
Aziz Ansari. He's the Indian dude from Parks and Rec.
No, I have no idea.
He writes all those comedies. He did Master of None too. But he's a
No,
really
sorry.
he's a
Me and
really,
my dad are actually in a good spot right now, so I don't know who he is.
he's a really funny comedian. And this girl came out and said like, oh, they went on a date, he hooked up, and then afterwards she was like, I want to go home. And then he got her a cab and was like, are you okay? Ubered her home, and then like a few weeks later, she was like, he like raped her or whatever. And when it all came out, that was the story. And everyone was like, you really tried to cancel this dude for just being a good guy. She like wanted to go home, so he called her an Uber.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the I don't know. Actually, I'm not gonna go here. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm high. I'm not gonna go there. But no, it's yeah. I feel like there's a lot of he said, she said in these situations.
Yeah.
Louis C.K.'s back.
Yeah, he won an Oscar or Grammy or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm a Louis C.K. stan though, so
I loved that show.
Who is Louis C.K.?
Louis. Dude,
he's a comedian.
the bald
and he's
ginger
awesome.
comedian. His show is really funny.
Oh, is that what you sent in the group chat, Gavrilo?
Yeah, well, that was just one of his new specials, just a clip from his new special. But
He's
yeah,
hilarious.
I think he wrote for Saturday Night Live for a long time.
And
then
his
he
show is great.
yeah, you know his deal. It's gone.
Canceled?
He's
Yeah,
a
so
weirdo,
he had this thing where he would invite women back up to his hotel room and would just be like, I'm just gonna jerk off in front of you. I don't want to have sex. Is that okay?
Really?
Is that cool if I like jerk off in front of you? And they'd be like, yeah. And then he would do it, and they'd be like, oh shit, he's not fucking bluffing.
And he'd ask on the
that
phone
came
too.
out. And that came out, and yeah, got canceled. I'm not sure if I think that's
He's back,
about it
though. He's
on the
back.
details.
Well, no,
Okay.
he had one where he was like asking people like on the phone if he could jerk off while they had a conversation. Like, but he always asked for consent. He's just
Yeah,
a
no,
weirdo.
definitely weirdo move.
Yeah, but he's not canceled anymore.
Is that illegal? I feel like it's not even illegal. What do
I
you
think it's just fucking weird, you know.
Yeah,
and
it's
it was
just
like in a
weird.
workplace.
It was in a workplace. Okay,
Yeah.
that could be illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think like you could spin that. I think that's like probably harassment.
Probably.
What did Harvey Weinstein do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little different.
He's a horrible person. I think.
No, Harvey Weinstein is legit an evil man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
He was
Fuck.
like, "You're not gonna get it. I'm gonna blackball you from Hollywood unless you suck my dick right now."
Yeah.
there's like videos of it too from like security cameras, I think, or maybe his own cameras. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably filmed it, dude. That guy's an asshole.
Did he ever go to Bill Clinton's island?
We mean Jeffrey Epstein's?
The Jeffrey Epstein's? Yeah.
Well, I think they share it. Those two.
yeah, Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein share the island. Straight
I don't
up.
know. We got to see the flight logs.
No,
Dude,
the
all
flight
those
logs are
guys.
straight up Bill Clinton. Yeah, I'm gonna look up the flight logs.
Bill
right now.
Gates, dude, all those. Anyone that's been a president, left or right's been there.
Trump didn't go there, right?
No, he did.
I think Trump has his own island.
Oh, Epstein went to
Trump
Trump.
probably stayed away from that island.
Epstein went to Mar-a-Lago though a bunch.
Epstein flight logs.
Even Harvey Weinstein.
I want to see if he's on there.
Dude, he definitely is. I don't know. Maybe we're spreading misinformation though. I think
we've been doing that this whole time. I'm okay with it though.
Yeah, I don't care, dude. I want 14-year-olds to believe me and then form their political beliefs off of my like satire.
It's not an issue until you have like a million listeners.
Yeah.
I think.
And
No,
also,
I
it's
think
their
that
fault.
too. Straight up.
It would be
Like,
their
I've
fault
listened-
for listening.
Yeah, I've listened to podcasts growing up. Like I'll listen to Ben Shapiro for a few weeks, and then my beliefs are Ben Shapiro's. So like I don't know. At least we got to just show them a lot of beliefs, and then they'll figure it out.
But it's all kind of just like armchair facts, you know. Like
Yeah.
we're not pretending to be experts on anything.
Like we just know damn well Mark Wahlberg has a few hate crimes.
Yeah, we're just stating the facts, and that's what journalism should be, dude. Both sides of the aisle are so gay with, like, cable news now. It's like, don't
Cable
tell me
news
what you
is so-
think.
Man. How about Amy Schumer?
Hot.
trying to stay relevant.
Just stole a joke or something. You
No, she's gonna say a
Amy
joke
Schumer's
about
hot?
what was his name?
Leo,
No, the guy who shot someone.
George Floyd.
No, not Al Michaels. What is his name? SNL guy.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
What'd she say?
Joke about Alec Baldwin, like looking down the gun, looking down his barrel.
Dude.
She was saying.
Oh,
So
I've never seen a funny female.
And then she's like, I can't say this joke, but Chris Rock can get smacked.
Oh,
Did you guys cover that or no?
the Will
Chris Rock.
Smith.
Oh, dude, we were all over Chris Rock.
Yeah.
No. Dude, I was saying that's what Ted Cruz should have done to Donald Trump.
Yeah, that was your take. That was your first
Actually, I think I'm actually like so in support of like allowing as a society just like a smack in the face. Like that should not be illegal.
Yeah, if they insult your wife too. I mean, like Will Smith shouldn't have done it, but Ted Cruz, when Donald Trump tweeted that thing, calling Ted Cruz's wife ugly, he should have smacked him.
Well, I also think that like an open fit or an open hand, like palm smack should be completely legal. That shouldn't be battery.
Yeah, because you're not
Like if
gonna
you
hurt
close
him.
a hand into a fist, or if it's like a backhand, then like yeah, maybe. But I think like open palm smack, I think that should be completely legal.
That's a really good take.
No.
I actually like that take a lot.
But does it have to be the same gender?
No, I think anyone can do it ever.
Okay.
If
so-
we want true gender equality, I think like anyone should be allowed to smack.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that my hands are bisexual, so I'm in favor of it.
That's really good. Yo, we
You can't actually cause like serious damage with an open hand smack.
no,
Can you?
no,
Depends.
you could hurt him.
If it's on a woman, yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't know.
Let's ask Kareem Hunt.
I think his wife is fine or something. His
I think that was a
fiance.
closed fist.
No, Kareem Hunt just kicked, right? I think he was just kicking.
No, I think that was Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was the one who like tackled his pregnant girlfriend and kicked her on the ground.
Oh, I thought that was XXX and Tacion.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has a crazy story.
Yo, wait. We can talk about this on this pod because I think you guys are the only two friends I have in my life that have also read Atlas Shrugged. So Ayn Rand hates the concept of physical force. Do you think that's because she's a woman, or do you think that has some merit?
Well, no spoilers here.
No. It's part of her objectivism overall arching platform. Like she says in like her when she's displaying objectivism that she doesn't believe people should fight each other and people should only use their brains. But she said people should be fit and stuff and use their body to like cultivate the world and make the world run, but use their brain for everything in terms of like organizing and communicating with other humans.
I feel like that's so utopian. Like in a perfect world, yeah, sure, but that's just not realistic.
Well,
Yeah,
also
no,
this is like Jim Harbaugh thought, but the human body craves contact, and I truly believe that.
So true.
Really?
Like, do you not think that is true?
I think it craves contact from a woman. Even actually, like that's what better teams play better when they like give more high fives.
Like, why is it that like
Dude,
in
think about
every bar
gladiators.
environment, just always dudes like banging chests, like trying to be like, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's insightful.
Well,
to say
also
the
think about like, dude. I mean that implication is just like there shouldn't be war. I think there should be war.
No, there should 100% be war, but only for the right reasons. I think only religious reasons, and that's where all the wars used to be fought on. Like,
You
Well,
think,
so,
you think those
this-
are the right
I was-
reasons, dude?
Interesting thought about war. This girl was telling me she's like a peace, war, and defense major here, and she's saying that the greatest equalizer in like the history of humanity has been like war, disease, and like all just like great catastrophes have like affected society where like everyone becomes more equal afterwards. And then like leading up to those events, there's more disparity, and then something terrible happens, and it all kind of equalizes a little more. Isn't that interesting?
no,
Yeah.
and people, you take too much than you can handle. It's the Roman Empire effect, where they got too big and then they couldn't take care of themselves domestically.
That's-
So there really is an inverted U curve when it comes to empire, and war.
And people too. Look at Kanye West, dude.
Yeah. Can you explain that? But I agree. But I would love you to explain that, but I love Kanye. I think Kanye is fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he got too big. He got too powerful, too good at his craft, and then he was like, "I'm bipolar now."
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, if Kyrie was just like some random guy that either like maybe dropped out of high school or dropped out of college and now works just like a random job and was saying that shit on the internet, they would just chalk it up as like, oh, that's that guy. Like, that's that guy like that I work with. Like, he's kind of crazy. But like, he's Kanye West. So everyone's like, holy shit. Like, Kanye, like, he has the platform to actually do whatever he wants, which is nuts.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he truly believes that he's a messiah.
No, he does.
He has mental illness.
No, I mean, maybe he's right though.
No, dude, I love
speak
Kanye Wade. Dude, Kanye's sick. Like, dude, his last album, if you really go back and listen to it, I was driving recently. If you go back and listen to that fully, it's powerful stuff. And the fact that he could do that after doing stuff for 20 years is pretty incredible.
No, I think that it was bad.
You thought it was bad?
Yeah, I thought it was bad. And so was Certified Lover Boy, dude.
Certified Lover Boy is bad. I'll give you that. And that's the first time I've ever said anything anti-Drake ever out of my mouth. Certified Lover Boy was not that good. It is some bangers, but it's not the 70% rule where 70% of Drake's songs slap.
Yeah.
I got to get going soon. So, do you have any final thoughts?
Tell us what you're doing this weekend. Like, tell me what UNC's doing after season. Like, how does the student body respond party-wise this Friday, this Saturday? And, like, what are you guys getting up to?
Yeah, so we'll see how the illness is. So I don't know how involved I'll be.
I think you should spread it.
But there'll be things going on. It's state school, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
State school.
I heard that at state schools, like, they have parties where you go to just, like, sit on a couch with a bunch of guys, and then girls come. Like, another sorority comes, and they just fart in you guys' eyes.
Well, that could have been, yeah. That could have been it.
Was that how you got pink eye?
I'm not sure. It could have been that. I haven't ate ass in a while.
Yeah, so that's probably not it.
So I don't know. I don't think that's it. I think, we'll have to figure that out. Yeah, Scott, to answer your question, everyone's just going to be getting after it. I think the morale isn't low. I feel like most schools, like, lose a national championship, everyone's just kind of depressed for a week or two. That's not the case here. We at least had that. I think the future's bright. We didn't expect much out of this season. And boy, did it deliver.
And you're going to help us get Caleb Love on the pod, correct?
Yeah. I got to pull some strings back. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're excited. And Gavrilo, dude, we just always appreciate you coming on, and thanks for the name change today. I'm anti-Franz Ferdinand, so.
Yeah.
Or Franz, sorry.
Yeah. I'm just pro-Serb, so.
Wait. Sorry, I should know this. Who is Gavrilo? Can you explain your name for our listeners?
Oh yeah, he assassinated the Archduke Francis Ferdinand, and basically kick-started the World War I, the Great War.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful stuff. And you said you're pro-Serb. Can you explain that for our listeners?
I just think anyone who grew up during the Yugoslavian War is like hard as shit.
So,
dude,
the Serbs are hard as fuck. Toughest people in the world.
I've got a Serb on my team. He's a fucking killer. He's the best.
I love Serbs. They're awesome. They're actually different.
Djokovic.
Yeah.
Is it Jokic too, or no way? They're both.
Jokic is Serbian.
No,
Jokic. He is.
No
he's
way.
He's Serbian.
The Nuggets player.
Yeah,
Bro,
he's Serbian.
Are they going to be like the next world power? Like, if they're producing the best athletes, they're on their way to doing something like that.
Yeah. Here's an interesting thought. Actually, no, we'll save it for next time.
Okay. Yeah.
I gotta get going.
Yeah. All right. See you, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. See you, Gavrilo.
He's
Cisco, dude.
What's up, man?
Not much, dude. I could have talked for a little bit longer though. I can't even lie.
No, we can keep talking. I got nothing going on. I couldn't do class today,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well, I have COVID, dude, so I like especially have nothing going on.
That's the best, dude. I love when
I
you just
don't.
have COVID.
I honestly don't even mind. Like,
I
if I'm
love
being
it, dude.
honest,
COVID quarantine's fun. Deadass.
yeah, I really don't mind at all. I'm eating, and dude, I'm like, I went home specifically so I could quarantine at home and not at school. And oh my god, dude, I'm just getting pampered right now. My mom just bought me. She brought me lunch like halfway through the show. I've been munching this whole time.
Yeah, no, I rolled myself a J stick. Unfortunately, not
Yeah,
unfortunately, but had to get going. It's 11:40, so you got to get one under your belt.
yeah. I had um, I had a lot of work to do today, dude. My
Dude, I
boss,
can't do work. I'm gonna fail.
dude, my boss is retiring at 37,
Not bad.
and he's not even like high up in terms of his position. Like he's my supervisor, not like my. He has like four bosses over him, but he just got like he like early on got on that Bitcoin wave early on. And then I know he like mines it now, dude. So he's living the life, man.
It's fire.
I'd imagine you get bored though. 30 retire at 37. I mean that's tough.
I hope he's good at golf.
Yeah, he said he's getting into it. He's like I can't really watch the Masters yet because I like don't appreciate golf just yet, but I will.
Okay. That's actually a good reminder. I got to turn that on.
Yeah.
Dude, that was hilarious. No one in my class went to class yesterday. We all just watched the Masters.
That's a big move, man.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, and cable television needs you.
Seriously, like my teacher's husband works for CBS. He works for CBS. He needs me to watch it straight up. Like that's his job. He's been down there for a week. They got to pay for it somehow, and that's just viewership.
Yeah, dude. I mean, in a way, you're just supporting her family, her whole entire family.
I am like obviously she does her thing too because she's a beast and you know her and she's amazing.
Amazing.
But
I loved her.
I love her. like obviously not in a weird way, but
No,
like
I
she's
love
a great
her.
teacher.
I love her.
No, I don't know. I may.
No, you guys aren't listening to me. I love her.
No, she's great.
Yeah.
But no, so I'm watching the Masters again today too. It's a Masters day.
Yeah, it's a Masters day.
Dude, guess what I watched last night to follow up on a conversation we've had before?
What?
King Richard.
Oh, with Shalamu.
I don't even know what that means, but no, with Will Smith.
Oh. Dude, I was thinking about the other King movie with Timothy Chalamet. Oh yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah, dude, Will Smith did kill it straight up. I haven't finished it yet, but I've watched like that.
Yeah, dude, my family like all watched it together, and I was just on Twitter the whole time.
It's pretty powerful, dude. It's actually powerful stuff.
Yeah, he kind of
Crips,
talks.
or I don't know if it's the Crips or the Bloods, but they just roll up to the tennis court and they're like, "We got you."
That's hard. Yeah, because I saw there was like I really watched the first 30 minutes, and I was like, oh, this is good, but I'm not in the mood. That's a movie where you need to be in the mood to watch it. You know.
Yeah,
That's
I was
any
locked
drama.
in. What was that?
Any drama is like that, though.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's powerful stuff.
So he won an Oscar for that, right?
I don't know if he still has it, but I know he won one.
Yeah, he won Best Actor. That's crazy, dude. He just like pimp slaps someone and then wins an Oscar.
Yeah. So I wasn't watching. It happened after.
He won the award after.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually no. I don't even know. I don't know why I was so confident saying that. I haven't watched the Oscars in like 10 years.
Yeah, I haven't watched it after.
And even then, I probably watched like 10 minutes of it. I don't care. If I want to know everything that I need to know in all facets, news, sports, is all going to be on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like,
want to know a bummer of a story, but maybe it'll turn out a good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, so I'm on the CC or the community college club golf team.
Yeah.
And we have a tournament this weekend. And I was playing pickup basketball yesterday in the rec gym, and I just like ripped by someone. he just like touched somewhere in the back of my elbow, like really hard, and it's fucked. Like I don't know what I did, but I fucked it up. Like it hurts, so I probably can't play in the golf tournament.
Dude, that's fucked. You should beat the shit out of that kid. That kid deserves a Will Smith.
It's a contact sport. It was all in like fair play. Like it was just sometimes it happens. Like it's dangerous.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, especially I've noticed, like if you play basketball, I've never, obviously I haven't really played competitively, but like I've always watched the sport and I've always like loved playing pickup. But if you like play pickup with people that don't know how to play the game of basketball, you are at serious injury risk. Like
100%.
Serious risk of injury. Like you go up for boards, dude, people are gonna have their feet under you, like you're gonna land, roll an ankle. It's just
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, it's sketchy.
Yeah, you gotta be careful out there, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take today off. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't like do a push up or anything.
Yeah, dude. I'm actually with COVID. I got 3 vaccines for me to be short of breath right now. I should feel nothing.
Are you actually sick?
Dude, I had a fever last night and the night before that. I'm like hot right now.
3 vaccines. Like, what the fuck are those vaccines, dude?
Yeah, like I'm all for like old ass people getting them, but dude, I only got it because the school told me to. School told me I had to. I mean, it
also suspended me 4 months for
having fun, being a kid.
For literally being a kid. Oh, I'm gonna send this meeting to Professor Stonks.
Yeah, see if he's active. We've been on for just under an hour.
Just under? Yeah, dude. I'm down to stay on. We could honestly cut this up too. We could cut it up into 2, like after Litz.
Yeah.
Gavrilo. We could just start our own where we're just like free balling.
Yeah. Dude,
so for our listeners, sorry if you're on with us. We're also figuring it out too. This may be a new episode, but it also we're just like I don't know, catching up. Government's dying from COVID, which sucks after 3 vaccines.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and like with the 5-day thing, I really don't have to be in here that long, which is nice. Like, dude, when you consider like, sure, in terms of U.S. COVID policy, like wasn't ideal, dude. Like just having the government tell you what to do, like whatever. But when you look at it now, like we're pretty much back to normal. Other than flights, you have to wear masks or whatever. But like you look at China now, dude. China's gonna be like that for like 5+ more years. Just every once in a while, just like forcing everyone to stay inside.
That sucks. Like I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah.
But our financial system's fucked because we had idiots running everything.
Supply chain's fucked. All of it's fucked. It'll get
back, though. I actually do. Listen to what I said in my class this week. I think I already told you this, but the Puerto Rico thing. Do you see that thing I retweeted today?
No.
About more supply chains have moved to Mexico this year. Dude, we got to find a Mexican company to invest in and get it to sponsor the pod.
Are they? Do I know any Mexican companies that are in the U.S. stock market?
I don't know. I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna buy it. I don't care. I need to buy a Mexican company.
Dude, what are the best gold stocks right now?
I don't buy gold stocks. I buy gold.
You really don't buy any gold stocks? I've been trying because I have gold, but I want to buy some gold stocks, but I just don't really like. There's so many of them.
No, fuck that, dude. Buy that, dude. The reason why you buy the actual gold compared to the stocks is you get the 3% premium when you sell it back, or 6%, or God forbid something famous happens with the designer or something else, you get 12 or 20% back on the bullion. And it's sick to just own fucking gold.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah,
dude, I'm psyched. I've been learning a lot about U.S. coins, and Coin Day, International Coin Day is the 23rd, or not? I think United States Coin Day is the 23rd, so should be fun.
You got to sell it, dude. How are you gonna celebrate?
Probably gonna get hammered off free beer and wine from the museum.
Oh, nice. The museum's throwing something.
Yeah, the museum's throwing a fucking kickback.
I like kickbacks.
I'm working it. I'm like a chaperone. It's mostly catered towards kids. Just kind of, it's not ideal, but there'll be some adults there. I'll network. I'll drink wine. I'm running the U.S. coins bracket, so it should be fun.
Nice.
But yeah, no, fuck investing, dude. That's why I'm nervous. That's why I'd rather get into tech sales, like we were talking about earlier, than wealth management. Dude, I don't know what to invest in, dude. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen in the market.
Yeah, dude. I honestly, I'm where I'm at right now because I have all my money in the market for the most part. I just don't even want to look. If I don't look, if I don't know, then it can't affect me. Because end of the
Yeah,
day, dude, if I just leave it for a while, it'll be up
that's
eventually.
the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. But I'm a little worried that there could be like a 5, 10 year span coming up soon where it's not up.
Yeah, but I don't need to touch that right now. That's for later.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's why I'm like when I was down all that money in Vegas, I made that like promise. I was like, dude, do not sell an investment. Like you have your cash and cash equivalents and tax returns and whatnot and work, but if you sell your investments, you're a moron because you shouldn't have even put it in because you pay commissions to get the trade in usually. Like not crazy, but like say you're buying Bitcoin, it's 3%. If you're buying gold, it's 3%, and 3% of 2,000 adds up.
Dude, speaking of Bitcoin, I had a dream last night that Bitcoin dropped to 6 grand, and I like right when I woke up, got on my phone to go buy some. Wasn't real.
Yeah, no. If Bitcoin fell to 6%, I'll take a loan out. I don't know how I'd get it out, but I'll take one out.
Um, but buy the dip right now, dude. It's under 43 right now.
I
Buy the
know,
dip.
dude. What the fuck is going on? It's the Bitcoin conference.
I know. I also, you know what I need? I need my tax. I haven't even done my taxes yet, but I need my tax returns to come
Yeah,
back.
no, my tax returns are back. They're not. They haven't officially hit the account yet, but they're coming.
Dude, I don't even do my own taxes.
Yeah, no. My mom and dad were both accounting majors in college. Like it's I we had a family FaceTime the other day. We were joking. We were just like, this family was founded on tax law and like
Yeah, so
taxes
yeah,
is
so
our guiding principle as a family.
you should never have to do your own. Is what I'm
No,
hearing.
it's a
It's a
I
familial
expedite
rule.
my taxes through having them do it.
Yeah, dude, I don't think I'll ever do my own. Because if, worst comes to worst, my parents aren't around anymore, I'll pay someone for it.
Yeah, and that's why people go to school and get accounting degrees.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to fuck up and end up in jail for tax fraud.
Yeah, that's how they get a lot of good ones.
Yeah, all the best ones, honestly, dude.
Who they get? The big guy, the mobster. What's his name?
Al Pacino.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
Al Capone or something, or it's like Capone, or is that I don't know. Yeah, Al Capone. They got Al Capone through tax fraud.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
that's kind
respect.
of hard, dude.
Dude,
That
I'm
also
watching the
sucks
Masters.
too.
It's
Like
a beautiful game.
they couldn't even get him for murder.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like you're telling me that many people died and you got him on tax fraud. It's like holy shit. Like
Yeah, they got him 1931. That he was pled guilty to tax evasion. It's like, dude, at least get him for murdering people. Like that's so disrespectful to the families that like of the victims.
it's really true. Like imagine like a cop like ever having to face one of those parents again.
It's
It's
like,
like yeah,
yeah.
we actually can't get you any justice for your family, but
At least we got
we're
the
gonna,
taxes though.
yeah, we're gonna get him behind bars and have him back pay 8 years of taxes to help rebuild the roads.
Yeah, and he's gonna be out in 2 months, so you have to go hide. You have to leave. You have to leave immediately.
Yeah,
I don't know. That shit's fucking funny. Tax evasion's not a real crime. You shouldn't go to jail for it.
tax evasion is stupid. Like let's just fix the tax system. Like why doesn't anyone just say that in politics?
Dude, because
Like, hey, why don't we just tell them the number to pay? Maybe they'll think less. Maybe they won't hate him as much.
yeah, dude, because all those tax websites are probably lobbying against that every year.
But who the fuck are these tax websites? Can't everyone just decide that, you know what, we would rather the government just tell us the number to pay and we pay it?
Yeah, but then also, I guess we're taking away jobs, dude, by doing that. No more tax turbo employees. TurboTax.
How many people does TurboTax employ?
Dude, probably none. It's probably all AI bots or like people. They probably just like ask people from India to like be on the calls, be on call for us.
Yeah, how many self tests did you have to do for COVID this year?
I honestly, anytime I'd feel sick, I wouldn't test.
Okay.
But I did two yesterday, just like the at-home ones. and I got like really positive for each one. There was like two really dark lines. I was like, shit.
All right, I can't find the amount of TurboTax employees.
Yeah, because
But
there
yeah,
are
no,
none,
so
dude.
I have to take these COVID tests online through my school.
Yeah,
Or I
just fake
did.
'em.
They actually want me to take one this week, and I'm not doing it.
Oh, you
I
guys have
tested positive twice and triple vax.
we at my school we don't have to do that because that's so fucking dumb.
No, but all the people that you talk to on this eMed thing are just like, "Hello, welcome to eMed." Like none of them are from the United States. Not
Yeah,
one
dude,
single.
because U.S.
Like, are you
companies.
kidding me? Like, we're paying probably this Chinese manufacturer a lot of money to make this test. We're paying eMed for something. I don't know what we're paying eMed for, but it's something. And none of the people are American that are getting paid.
Yeah, and that's because we like American companies don't want to pay U.S. wages, dude. They want to pay 60 cents an hour.
Also, really true.
Can't say I blame them, but also like, hey, let's employ some Americans that are.
Are you seeing what's going on in Germany? Dude,
No.
globalism could be coming to a little end soon.
What's going on in Germany?
So now what it costs them to get natural gas is 80 times what it cost them 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Not
dude.
80 times, maybe 8 times, or something absolutely consumer ridiculous, like the amount of effect it would have on a consumer.
Yeah.
And it's because they get it all from Russia.
Yeah,
and they have no nuclear energy sources. It's not big enough to get like the types of solar like energy we get, and we also have like what's that one? What am I even talking about? Natural gas. We have a natural gas energy source in the United States, so we're fine there. Obviously, we're being idiotic on the oil, but they have nothing, and they literally are just killing their local consumer because they bought into globalism, and Merkel's fucked.
Yeah. Well, the thing about like globalization ideally works if all countries are like generally not horrible, but Russia's horrible. China is horrible. So you can't get into bed with horrible countries with bad policies and that commit like human what's the word that I'm looking for? Human rights violations because like you're going to eventually have to go to war with them. They're going to invade someone or they're going to like genocide too many people and then our whole fucking like globalization system is fucked. And that's what's happening right now.
No, dude, it's pretty interesting, man. We actually live in a really interesting time in foreign policy aspect. Like, we all kind of pretend to be friends, but we all just, like, look past some shit. Like, we all hate North Korea for some reason, except for Russia and China, but, like, we allow that. But dude, everyone doesn't fuck with North Korea. Well, I mean, but then other than that, we fuck with China and Russia, though.
Dude, Russia's, like, you look at China and you kind of, like, you look at their politics versus the United States, and China can get things done whenever they want because they're fascist. Like, they can finish an infrastructure project in, like, 2 seconds. And, like, realistically, like, they could build a bridge or repair a bridge in like, a night. Whereas the U.S., that would take years. And that's because, like, ideally, we would be able to get things done faster in the U.S. government. But also, we have all these regulations to make sure that, like, people aren't getting fucked over, you know? So like there's
the U.S. is fascinating because people say it's fascist, people say it's like I don't even know other ways to describe it, but at the end of the day, there's a reason why it's hard to pass things, and that was put in place by our founding fathers. Like, it's incredible how much of the United States culture is still decided by the ideas that Washington, Hamilton, Jefferson, and other American thought leaders had.
Yeah. Well, then also like philosophers too, like Adam Smith, man. John Stuart Mill, all those guys. Like, really, it's crazy that we have philosophers today too that will eventually impact other societies. But like older philosophers around, like in terms of enlightenment and shit like that, like they really impacted our society, and it'll be interesting to see how philosophers today, whoever they may be, will impact later societies.
Yeah, it's
the world is weird, man.
It sucks. Like when you take AP US history and your teacher says they write the textbook on 2016, you're like annoyed by it. You're like, dude, shut up. Like that's a bit. But like realistically, there are going to be chapters written in those textbooks that we had to read about the 2016 election, about the 2020 election, about COVID.
Yeah, the COVID part's going to be crazy, dude.
Which is cool. Which is something that like at least we were able to educate ourselves to the point to recognize that. Which is and like I'm not saying that's paramount to find fulfillment or success, but it's cool at least to acknowledge.
And also, what's interesting is like, I was just talking to like a really close family friend of mine, and she's like honestly like my second mom, and she was an executive producer for NBC, and she's friends with generals, really good friends with one of the guys that was in the Situation Room when they killed Osama bin Laden, like friends with all these like really famous older anchormen like Chris Wallace and Brokaw and like all these really big guys. And she was like, I got out of cable news because she's like, she claims to be too old school, but she got out because she was saying like, it's everything's op-ed now. So I really hope with textbooks, like they take that old school journalism approach where it's just like facts only. Because once you put opinions in there, it's just like no one will be able to formulate their own beliefs ever. And like, the truth is so obscure these days. It's hard on both sides. It's hard to like actually know what's true and what's not.
Yeah. No, it is. And that's why at least you could just expose yourself to as many different opinions as possible and just choose which ones you like best.
Right.
And
dude, that has always been like a dream of mine. Like not actually, I don't think I'll ever do it, but it would be so sick to just start a news agency that is actually no opinion at all. Because there's nothing like that really.
Tiger into the bunker.
Dude, not really.
No, I just said Tiger just went in the bunker. But no, you're right. There is none. Like I would say Daily Wire is trying to do that, but it's not themselves because if they say something not conservative, they're gonna get shit on.
Yeah. It's tough, dude. I think on either side, like obviously if you just go to the front page of the New York Times, they summed like a lot. Sometimes they have like just facts, and that's what I like. But then you scroll down, and it's like all these op-eds, and it's like people don't really understand the difference. You know, it's the same for the WSJ and like CNN and Fox. It's like it's all so meshed and blended together. It's like you don't know what's an opinion and what's a fact.
Yeah, no, it's
upsetting to me.
Like it's actually sketchy that so many dads watch Tucker every night.
Dude, because he's like he's obviously opinion based, you know.
He's cool though. He's a cool guy, but I just like I don't like the concept that there's that. Like I like collectivism for like sports, but I don't like it for like political thought because that can turn into something way worse. Like at worst, the Yankees fans are just gonna be wearing wife beaters and sunglasses and backwards hats in the stands. And drinking a lot of $15 beers. Like that's the worst thing that collectivism could provide from sports. But when it comes to like political thought, like people will get motivated by stuff. You look at like what happened to obviously January 6th. Like that is a political thought group acting on something.
Yeah, dude. And that was like I mean, because I'm near the DC area, that was one of the craziest days that I can remember. Like seriously.
No, that day was nuts.
Like, because I was so close by. I was seriously, like less than 5 miles away from that. Watching the TV, like, just, these guys are, I don't know. It's crazy, and the world is crazy, and I don't know, in a lot of ways, it's like what happened to the most important diversity of all, which is diversity of, like, thought and ideas. Like, individualism is, like, what separates the U.S. from, like, Russia and China, and when you have, like, all these weird groups and like almost like cult-like qualities, it gets weird, dude.
Yeah, and my biggest issue with them is there's just not as much like love of the country. Like I mentioned earlier, that group of Madison, Washington, Jefferson, like those guys just deeply loved the country and wanted it to succeed. And they had differing opinions, but they were able to put a lot of stuff aside for like the love of the country. And I feel like now it's more for the votes. Like back then they had the votes secured. Like people were going to support those men regardless.
Yeah, based on their actual policies.
Yeah.
And then
And
we've come to a world with like lobbyists and like fucking so much fundraising for elections, so much money in elections and campaigning. It's oh man, what happened to the
like the
little guy?
fact that TurboTax has lobbyist groups is crazy to me.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate.
absurd, man.
Like, why don't they just tell us what number to pay on the taxes and we'll pay it?
Yeah. It's also interesting that you said that because like individualism, it seems weird that this is true, but individualism seems to be the best way to like bring about collectivism.
100%. Eventually, you collectively get behind a common shared goal.
Yeah. And you appreciate that you guys like that people can think differently and like fly the same flag, you know?
No, heck yeah. C.S. Lewis is all in on that. Like,
Yeah.
C.S. Lewis is like, a big breakthrough for humans is when you can meet someone and understand that they're not exactly your type of person, but they have their own merits in their own way, and they're a person trying just as hard as you are. And like that's like a big breakthrough for like humans.
Yeah, I really need to I know you've been reading it or getting into it, but
I gotta
really
finish it, dude. I have like 20 pages left. I just gotta like crank it out.
Yeah. He's easy to read too, I feel like, in a good way.
Yeah.
But I've been meaning to get on Mere Christianity for a while now.
Yeah, dude. I got a toxic question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a low-key one. Got a text that they're gonna be running late tonight to the kickback. How do I play this in the asshole way?
Just don't respond.
Yeah, or maybe like it.
Yeah. Well, wait a while. Wait like an hour and then like it.
Yeah, no, it's already been out.
Yeah, just so you guys know, this podcast is pro-toxic. Always been. I mean, it's just fun. It's more fun, and you get more out of life if you're toxic. So make sure you guys never stop gaslighting. I honestly, like, dude, it took me a while to understand gaslighting, but I think I do it all the time.
What is Can you explain gaslighting to me? Like I've heard of it, obviously.
Yeah,
I go to liberal arts school, but
yeah. So it's like making people question it loosely and generally. It's like making people question like what is true or what is not. But then you look at like gaslighting examples, and it's like apologizing without knowing what you did wrong, or saying like you're overreacting, or like I don't know. Because I've said like you're overreacting, or like I've said that to a lot of people that I've dated in the past, or like you're so emotional.
Oh, you're taking this issue too seriously.
Yeah. You sound crazy. Calm down. You're being dramatic, like shit like that, dude. I'm Mr. Gaslighter if that's the case.
No, gaslighting's hilarious.
And it's not such a bad thing, dude. It's like bullying. I mean, you need it.
No, it also recenters them. It's like, dude, you're actually like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not that deep is gaslighting.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite phrases ever.
Dude, did I tell you this thing I picked up at parties this year, like early like year parties when I was like getting back to school?
No, go ahead.
I would like pick out someone in the crowd, and I would like kind of mess them a little bit. Not like mess with them, just be like, "Yo, checkers!" Like just like get his attention, and then I would like say "cut it out" like under my breath while like doing the cross out across my neck.
Yeah.
And dude, and then he'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "No, nothing." I'd just be like, "Just cut it out," and then I'd like look away. And I would do it like a little bit later too.
Dude, if you do that to like younger kids, underclassmen too, they would get like scared shitless.
No, dude, this is bad. The kid. So I kept doing it. I was like, I did it another time like 5 minutes later. I'm like, dude, you got it. And then I like, did the motion across my neck again, like it was like mouth and cut it out.
Yeah.
And he comes up to me. He's like, dude. So I go to the Air Force Academy. I am an exchange student. Can you just tell me what I'm doing wrong and I'll cut it out? He was like, and I actually felt so bad. I was like, I like got him a beer or whatever. I think I got a shock on him after. But I was like, damn, like he had to be so rattled.
Yeah, I've been doing something like kind of similar, but not that similar. If I'm at like a bar or something, I'll just go up to someone and say like something along the lines of like, oh my god, did you just say a racial slur? Like as I walk by, and I have to not know the person, and like just seeing the look on their face after you say that is probably one of the most rewarding things that you could ever see. So, anyways, I encourage anyone listening to do that. It's one of my favorite things.
And maybe come up with your own iteration of it either. Like that obviously is government's,
Yeah.
but you can find your own way. Maybe a combination of cut it out and some type of comment to someone at a bar.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but don't do it to like a big guy because he could fuck you.
No, never a big guy. And that's what's the worst part about it. Like we're trolls for that, and like that's why I'm happy I don't do that anymore. But I used to do that, or I did that like once. This one guy, but no, it's
a fun game.
No, that's just like part of the game. You learn what would be fucked up or not. But no, that sometimes you gotta make people think in a party situation to see how they respond. It's just funny.
Yeah, and it keeps people on their toes too. Otherwise, life gets too boring.
Yeah, life does get boring if you don't do stuff like that. So no, I feel like that's what that's kind of what this is, government.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, I agree.
Stay on our toes.
Yeah, I mean that's half of being successful in life.
True.
The rest is working hard and maybe some luck.
Yeah, I could agree.
Maybe not luck. Like luck's not the right word, but like a mix of uncertainty and luck. I don't know. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying half the time, to be honest.
Yeah. No, Oh, yeah. No. What? How long have we been going?
Dude, hour 20. I gotta get off though and get some Zycam and like actually rest because dude, COVID is actually, I thought it was fake for the longest time. I mean, it feels like I have a really bad sinus infection. Is what
Really?
like.
Okay, so you're like kind of sick.
Yeah, dude, but you know me, like weakened immune system, anyway. So.
Yeah, no, you are. You do have a weak immune system.
Yeah.
You're allergic to mold.
Yeah, dude, fuck mold. Mold's my enemy.
No, mold's your op.
Yeah, for real. All right, well, thank you to our listeners. We're gonna get on soon. Get some interviews going too. I think Francisco's got some up his sleeve.
Yeah, I got some dudes lined up, and like it was great to have Gavrilo on today. Gavrilo's sick, so it's always good to have him on. Get to talk with him.
Yeah, I love having him on, dude.
Dude, we got to get Fitz back. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, holy shit, dude! I miss Fitz so bad. I like really miss him.
Maybe tomorrow or something, or maybe we could get him on with the interview because he kind of knows the guy I'm interviewing. So.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
right,
that sounds good, dude. All right, well.
But dude, government, feel better, man, and listeners, thank you for coming out. We're gonna go get. I don't know. It's the weekend, so you never know what's gonna happen when you go on the weekend. So we'll see.